is not.
Hi guys, Drunken here. This is going to be a sit and talk, and basically I'm just going to do a bit of chatting away on some topics. This is actually inspired by a channel called Doom and Darkness, and I think it's a really good idea. So the poor guy, he doesn't have anyone else to listen to, so I'm doing this bit for him and, you know, whoever else is out there. But yeah, so let's just get stuck into it, shall we? So Citadel painting app, or I should say crap. Why do I say this? Well, the picture below should sort of indicate, if you've ever played Dungeon Keeper, what I'm talking about. So basically, in Dungeon Keeper, this was a game that basically paid for you to mine easier instead of having to wait days for things to clear out, to make your dungeon bigger, etc. in the game. Well, it's the same with same sort of idea with Citadel painting app. So to begin with, you basically have your paints, and then from that they tell you what paints that you've got and what paints you don't have by marking a box next to it, as shown in this picture. You must be really thick in the head not to know what paints you want, but also you shouldn't be just relying. I mean, it's a nice system and all, but you shouldn't rely on the scheme all the time. It's not so much what do you call it, a tool as such for getting the nice shades and blends and stuff, more to do with what paint you have, which is wrong. Also, you have like this marine, for example, I think the picture is, and basically it shows you what colors to paint, and then it has the trio of colors if you click on that in the phone, which is pretty lame, to be honest. If it was me and I was designing this, I'd do it like MS Paint almost, where you basically pick one Citadel color and you put the bucket paint on the leg, for example, and you're like, well, I like that blue leg, and now I'm going to put the bucket of paint on the shoe, and then the bucket of paint on the leather straps, and then you get the sort of colors that you want. But it doesn't do that in this app. It just shows you a picture and shows you that's the way you want to paint it, and that's it, and that's all that you've got. And if you don't have the paints, well, you can mark the ones that you do and mark the ones that you don't, because you need to buy these, because that's it. If you can't, then this app's pretty useless to you. So yeah, in Duncan's own words, we'll have a look at this. The app is a fantastic resource, an archive and guide for how to achieve great results using the Citadel paint system. We've packed it with loads of content right from the start, but we're adding to it all the time with more colors and techniques to make it the ultimate handy resource for any painter. I really hope he doesn't stop watching our video tutorials though. Oh, Duncan, thin your paints. Now, unfortunately, I read that as this. This is Duncan the Orc, and because orcs are cool, Duncan must be cool too. This app is a resource, an archive and guide to how to achieve results. Not necessarily good results, but results, using the Citadel paint system. We've packed it with big fonts right from the start, but we'll be adding to it all the time. More colors to buy, and make it the ultimate market resource for any customer. I really hope it doesn't stop people watching our video though. Oh, Duncan, please, thick your paints. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. And yeah, Duncan is a cool guy. He does his thing, even though he does look like a vampire at night who comes out and sucks the life out of your wallet. But that's the right part of the point. He does actually do good tutorials. But yes, if you want a good guide, then you got this Citadel, how to paint Citadel miniatures. And if you're feeling lucky and want to go on eBay, you got this one that I actually have, which I recommend. It's the heavy metal guide, and yeah, the pictures are old and the models are old, but it does some pretty good information in it, which is relevant. So that's where you should be going for your to learn stuff. Not this app. This app has nothing to appeal to me other than it sucks up my hard drive or whatever on my phone. So there's no point in having it other than a marketing tool at this present time, which I hope when they update it, it'll be different. So if they at this time they haven't. So if you're watching this later and they have, well, there you go. So yeah, that's all I can say about that at the moment. So I would not recommend getting this, and I'd recommend using your brains if you can't remember what paint you have, or better still, try to mix a variety of paints for once in your life. So Shadespire, I'll be very quick with this because the game's literally released. A friend of mine purchased this. He's only literally just pulled it out of the box. So I'll give you a quick thing that I think is going to happen. So basically, it's another game. So it's going to split the fantasy Warhammer community yet again. So now we have, what is it? Match play, narration play, and open play. Now we have Shadespire to play, and also we have Path to Glory. So now we've got 5 ways to play, and everyone sort of, you know, if you're going to play a certain way, that's the way you go. It's very rare that I see people like sort of wanting to change up because they'll be in the middle of like a Path to Glory, for example. They don't want to change. They like want to upgrade their character. So it's just another way segmenting, which is a bad thing as far as I'm concerned. There's another thing is this card stuff. Now, I'm not particularly fond of cards in general. I refuse to touch Magic the Gathering. In fact, I think it's a disgusting game, and it should be basically burned at the stake. And you can sue me if you think my views on that are bad, because the kind of people that play that are the kind of people that the Warhammer community were upset about being power players, etc. And it's the same thing. It's a poisonous environment. I've never actually played it, to be honest. I'm pretty sure it's a great game, but I'm not forking out money just so I can win. That's just stupid, to be honest. If I want to pay to win, I'll go gamble. I have probably more chance of getting more money from that and enjoying myself on a competitive scale than some guy that's got some rare card that's bought from Algeria or some duplicate card, etc. So I feel like there's going to be a secondary market with this game if it's ever successful because of the split community I've just mentioned. So basically, what will happen is people want to build their decks, and to do that, they're going to offload all these miniatures because they're like, well, we don't need my army's at maximum. I don't need another set of Liberators or Blood Reavers or the Cultural Guard or whatever the hell they're called. In fact, I think it's insulting that you'd even buy skeletons for that price. If you're going to buy skeletons, go somewhere else. I mean, really. I think the one in the cloak looks cool, but I never ever would buy skeletons for that. It's just like buying greenskins. I very rarely would buy orcs that are not second hand because there's just so many of them out there, and they're cheap as chips. So, staying on topic, there's going to be a black market that occurs if they push this card game, and it's going to be bad. It's like a poisonous game, and it contradicts this competitive. How do you say this? Thing that they've been pushing about, oh, we're friendly, you know, we tried to get rid of Warhammer Fantasy because we had too many poisonous players, etc. This is more open, friendly game. And this is exactly opposite of what they were trying to say. Another contradiction, which I'll go on to my next topic, it's another contradiction as well. But basically, you got this game that they're pushing as competitive, and to be honest, if I don't want to play a competitive game like this, I'd rather play something a bit more friendly. Your choice. So I can't really say much on the gameplay because it's only just released, but that's my view so far on Shadespire. Let's hope that the thing dies early, nail in the coffin, and everyone just sort of hush about it, okay? So next topic, shall we? We have the Imperial Guards. Basically, skimming through this codex, they're like promoting all these beautiful kit bashed guys. I've got some pictures here for you, and basically it costs a small fortune, to be honest, if you're going to buy 2 kits and make them together for core units like guardsmen infantry. Which is kind of funny coming from you got this opinion of we're gonna make the game more and more open. We're gonna put more miniatures and basically make it excellent for you, but we're not going to provide you the means to do so. You're gonna have to kit bash your own. It just kind of, and like I said, another contradiction. It's like I do like the ventriloquist guy, actually, to be honest, but it's just really, really sad that they haven't actually released new guardsmen. Like, of all the factions in Warhammer 40,000, and I don't really particularly like playing 40,000, just doesn't appeal to me, the sci-fi. You would have thought that they get new guardsmen, considering Cadia has fallen. As far as I'm aware, even though they've got probably a few more planets or something, but their main training ground's broken. So yeah, I'm glad that the Starship Troopers guys have been extinguished. So yes, I just think it's very silly that they're promoting this sort of, you can kit bash your own guys, but we're not going to provide you the means to do it. Which is funny because I literally watched this video, like Kiranoff TV or something, I think it's called, and he's going on the same issue about Elder, about what was it called, the guy with the wings, the Autarch, or whatever the hell he's called. What a weird name that is, eh? But who cares? It's Elder. No one cares about elves, do they? Moving on. Females in wargaming. I'm trying to keep this quickly as possible because I think this video is dragging out a bit. But yeah, what do I say about that? There is enough females in the wargaming Warhammer universe, I should say, whether it's 40k or fantasy, though a lot of the models should be redone because they're quite old and they have this weird sort of triangle faces, but it's a really bad attempt on the sculptors to create a nice looking female, except for maybe Ilariel, because that was actually a pretty damn good model. If I don't say so myself. But in saying that, I don't think this is an actual issue. I think more of an issue is the fact that we don't have a lot more ethnicity in the game. And I don't really particularly have much in the way of like lore and fluff and all that sort of stuff, but the only black people I ever see in the game is my favourite Idris Elba, which is the Excelsior War Priest, and the black guys, Salamanders, that's it, with Vulcan and all those guys, and they're because they got some sort of, they live under a rock and charred to death or something, which made them all black because they got burnt. I don't know, but yeah, something like that, which is it's kind of inherently a bit racist, but yeah, it's something along those lines, which is kind of funny. But I'm just saying, there's no Asians and there's no like Latinos or whatever you want to call it. Considering like if you look at the planet today, if it's going off like Earth and that, you'd think that there'd be a lot more Chinese Imperial Guardsmen or something. Considering they got like a massive army, but it just doesn't make any sense. But well, that's what my point is. There's not that much ethnicity. Why are we worried about females? Because there is enough in there. Well, and there's not enough of that. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they're going to keep pushing the female thing. I want to see some boobs on some orcs. I'm sorry. I just want to see some female orcs because I think it would be absolutely hilarious. And it's a kind of humor that's been missing from Games Workshop for a very long time. Personally, I don't think they've gone way too serious, and I don't really like that. This is not. I like a chilled out game, and I'm going. Like I say, I'm going to do another video after this. But yeah, it's kind of just want to relax, enjoy the game, try and win, obviously, but you know, have a few brewskis or whatever. So that's my opinion on all the topics for this video. I hope you enjoy it. Obviously, leave comments. And yeah, I know you might be offended by the sort of crude language I may use, but you can go screw yourself, because this is my channel. I can do what I want. And to be honest, I'm not trying to offend anyone, because if I was, you'd be in tears. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, enjoy yourself, subscribe, and I'll keep it real. And good luck to you, brothers. Keep painting, keep the Warhammer stuff going, and also make sure you expand on new horizons always. Good day to you.